Girls, any idea what we were doing? Okay, Maria. The graph. Okay. The graph means we were doing this. The graph of this autonomous and all that. Ma'am, the ruler development test was good, but I actually okay. Okay, not an issue, Hiba. Like it's okay. Just focus on the next upcoming exams. Okay, because these are basically the testing parts. So once we are done with the syllabus, after that, whatever test you get, like you have to make sure that whatever I am teaching you, after that, you should feel like yeah, you should be confident with the topic that okay, whatever question are going to come from here, I'm going to answer them. Okay, you should be confident about that. Okay. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, now we did this autonomous and this, right? So today we have to start from, we did the differentiation as well or no?
Ma'am, we did supply price and protective yield.
Okay, okay, supply. Okay, okay, this we did, right?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, today I have to finish the chapter. That after I have a plan for this entire unit. What I am going to do. See this in this unit, as already discussed, we have 3 chapters, right? One we are doing this aggregate demand part. After that, you have investment multiplier, and after that you have excess demand and deficit demand. 3 chapters. So we are done with the first chapter. Like not done today. Like I'll be telling you everything. So today we'll be done with the first chapter. The remaining 2 are very like hardly it will take 1.5 for first and 1.5 for like hardly 4 classes, 4 to 5 classes. Okay, so in 2 weeks we'll be done with this. So we'll be done with this unit as well, right? But coming to your theory portion, over there we did 2 chapters, first and second, but somewhere the third chapter was lagging behind, right? So what's my plan is, after what I do after every chapter I take your test, right? But today like I'll be finishing this unit, and after that I'll be starting with this third unit. Okay, so I'm not a third chapter, reform chapter. Okay, and I won't be starting taking your test. Once we are done with this, I'll take test of this unit, and after that, for 30 minutes, I'll explain this entire chapter to you. Okay, again from the starting itself, aggregate demand, aggregate supply, everything, just a quick revision part, and then I'll take your test so that when you prepare for the test in this test, like because whatever I told you in this chapter, right, that will be coming in the next 2 chapters. So this is my plan, that right now I'm like, once I'm done with this, I'll be switching to the theory portion. Let's just finish it off, and after that we'll just start with this too, so that at least by end of this and not end of mid of the October, we are done with the good part, right? So what I am planning is like, okay, so here we go. Yeah, this is our chapters, right? So we are done with this government budget chapter, done. Money and banking, we are done, right? Balance of payment is very easy, so we'll be hardly it will take 1 week to cover it. Determination and employment will be done. So at least for 3 units we are done, right? This will hardly take, by end of this October we'll be done with this. Okay, this portion will be done. Only the first unit will be left, which will this will be taking time. The first one is very important and it will take time. Coming to this, we will be done with this, like once I cover this by end of the October, and we'll start with this unit as well. So for December we'll have last chapter of this, because this is easy, right? This you can easily cover, but this will take time. So my plan is by by December I'm planning to finish off your chapter, everything. Okay, so that because February you will have your exam, so January we will be practicing question, we'll be revising it. It's not about making notes, it's not about the notes, it's about practicing and revising. Until and unless you don't revise, you don't give test, as many tests as you can, you just give it, right? Because when you give test series, when you give test, you get the question, you feel like okay, in this question I can, you have the material, and especially you need to focus over here. You will be getting so much complicated, so many complicated questions where you know what to write, but you will like, you won't be able to understand the language of the question, that what he is asking, right? So this is what. So let's just quickly finish this chapter today. and after that we can start. Okay. So we did this supply and protective yield. Now we did this formula, girls. Heba, we did this formula
Yes.
or not?
Yes.
We did this?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, okay. So we have to start from rate of interest, if I'm not wrong. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. So now, ma'am, what is rate of interest? It is basically ROI. Okay. So what is rate of interest? It happens to the cost of borrowing money. For example, you want to purchase this building. So of course, you don't have 10 crore rupees with you, right? So you will be taking loans from bank. Okay. When you take loans, you have to pay interest, right? So for example, there are two situations. Over here, I am one bank is asking for 10% interest and one bank is asking for 20% interest. Okay, so for which one you will be going? Interest rate is 10 and interest rate is 20. Where you will invest more and where you will invest less? Yeah, you will go for 10 one, and there here you will invest more. Why? Because interest rate is less. Here you will invest low. Why? Interest rate is high, right? So therefore, rate of interest, it happens like, what is this? It is basically the cost of borrowing money for financing investment. So if you want to do any investment, you have to borrow money from bank, and you have to pay the cost for it, and that cost is known as interest. Okay. Second point, there exists an inverse relationship between ROI and volume of investment. Why, ma'am? There is an inverse relation. So if your interest rate is low, then your investment will be high. If your interest rate is high, then your investment will be low, right? So there exists an inverse relationship between ROI and volume of investment. As if ROI, okay, just don't write this, just write your thing, that if ROI, rate of interest, is high, okay, the investment will be low, and when at ROI is less, investment will be high. Clear? So rate of interest, ma'am, what is rate of interest? Heba, you are also getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what is rate of interest? It is basically, it happens to the cost of, or you can write, it is the cost. It is the cost of borrowing money for financing investment, and there is an inverse relationship between ROI and the volume of investment. So then after this, you will not write anything. You will write, if ROI is high, investment will be less, and when ROI is less, investment will be more. Clear? Quickly write it down.
Done, ma'am.
Mayim, you are also done? Okay. Now we are going to compare MEI and ROI. So very, very important. Okay, so MEI, you know, marginal efficiency of investment, right? This, right? MEI and ROI, we already discussed rate of interest. So what is the relationship between them? So the relationship, first one, this. The first one is this. When your MEI is greater than ROI, okay. So MEI is basically the return. So that means you are in return you are getting more money as compared to the rate. For example, you are getting 200 rupees and you are paying only 100 rupees interest, right? So over here your MEI is more than your interest rate. So here investment is profitable. Why? Because at this point return from investment is more as compared to the cost or as compared to the interest rate. Okay. Now second one. This is your second situation. Here investment your here you have to pay 200 rupees interest, but you are getting only 100 rupees in 100 rupees returns. So investment is not profitable as at this point return from investment is less as compared to the cost. Clear? So you will put a heading comparison of MEI and ROI. First, when MEI is greater than, it is profitable, but when MEI is less than, it is non-profitable. Why? The reason. So you'll write comparison, then first point this, then explanation, then second, then explanation. Done? Okay, write it down. Okay, Heba, you are also done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we are going to start a new concept, which is basically your few terms. Okay. So the very first term is ex ante savings. Okay. So first we'll understand what is ex ante savings. Then we'll understand what is ex ante investment. Then we'll understand what is ex post saving and what is ex post invest. Okay. So now coming to first one, ma'am, what is ex ante savings? Basically, it refers to the amount which households are planning to save. For example, right now you don't have money. You are planning to save that, okay, next month when I'll get my salary, I will save 10 rupees, 20 rupees from my salary. So you are planning to save, right, at different level of your income. So you are planning that, okay, when my income is 10, I'll save 2 rupees. When my income is 20, I'll save 4 rupees. When will my income 30, I'll be saving 6 rupees, like this. So you are planning right now. You haven't saved anything, right? So that is known as ex ante savings. So those savings which you are planning, those are ex ante savings. Now coming to ex ante investment, it refers to the amount of investment which firms plan to. Okay, so here you are planning that next month I will be investing this much or that much. So if you are planning to invest, like firms, basically industries, right? So at different level of income in the economy, that is ex ante saving. Next, it must be noted that, for example, now you will be like, ma'am, when you will get equilibrium point, right? So when your ex ante savings are equals to ex ante investment, that point is your equilibrium point. So it must be noted that an economy would be at equilibrium when ex ante savings are equal to ex ante investment. Clear? Yes, no? Ex ante part is clear? Heba?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh. Now ex post saving. So for example, this is year 22. For example, for year 21, I saved 100 rupees. Okay. So this is the actual amount I saved, right? So basically, the one which we are planning to save in future part, that is ex ante, and the one which we saved earlier, that is ex post. Okay, so ex post, this is ex post. Okay, ex post savings refers to actually organized saving in an economy during the year. So whatever amount you have saved, actual amount, that is ex post saving, and it refers to actual or realized investment in an economy during year. So the actual amount of investment which you have done in a year, that is your ex post investment. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you'll write first ex ante savings and I'll scroll it down one by one.
Done, ma'am. Done, ma'am. ma'am.
Okay, Mariam, you are also done. Girls, just give me 1 minute, okay? Okay. Now, the next concept is full employment. This is very important. Okay, so now what is full employment? So, see, there are three types of people in our economy. One, those who are willing, just understand this, this concept is very much important. The one, the two, and three. Okay, you have to understand three concepts. One, the one they are willing to work. Okay, and second, they are skilled enough that they can do that work. And last one is at the prevailing wage. Wage means basically the salary, right? For example, I don't want to work, right? So that means I'm not willing to work. First type of person, they are willing to work, they are skilled, and plus they are ready to work at whatever salary is being offered to them. Second type of person, they are willing to work, they are skilled, but they don't want to work at the salary which is being offered to them. The third one, they are not willing to work at all. Okay, so when they are not willing to work, it's become zero. Other skills doesn't matter, right? So there are three types of people over here. So ma'am, what is here? This is full employment, right? So full employment. So full employment refers to a situation in which all those people who are willing to work and able to work. Able to work means they are skilled enough, right? For example, I want a computer engineer. So I won't be hiring a teacher for this post, right? Why? Because she won't be able to, she is not a fit role for this role. Okay. And at the existing rate, get work without any difficulty. So when the first group people get work, that is full employment. So full employment refers to a situation in which all those people who are willing and able to work at the existing wage rate get work without any due difficulty. Clear? So this is the full employment situation. Got the point, girls? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
be very quick, okay, in writing, because I need to cover this chapter today. So be very quick. Just write full employment and write this. Full employment refers to a situation in which the people who are willing and able to work at the existing wage rate, means the salary which is being offered to them, they get work without any difficulty, and that is basically the full employment.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, Mariam, you are also done. Mariam, done. Okay, I'll just wait for 1 more minute, then I'll scroll it down. Now see, over though here is full employment, right? Under full employment itself, you have two types of unemployment. Under full employment, you have two types of unemployment, right? So, ma'am, what is that unemployment? First is frictional and second one is structure. So, ma'am, what is frictional unemployment? For example, you are working here. For the month of July, you are working here, and September you are working here. So, for the month of July, you left this job, and for the month of August, you were searching the job. Okay, and September you finally got the job. So for this period, the August month, you were unemployed, you were not working anywhere. So that is frictional unemployment. Clear? So sometimes people leave one job in search for some other job and remain vacant between this period. Okay, vacant means they are not working anywhere, which is termed as frictional unemployment. Clear? And second one is structured employment. For example, I am offering you the job for engineering, right? But you are humanities too, or you are commerce student, right? So of course you cannot become engineer. So at that moment, we are offering you job, but you are not skilled enough that you can take this job, right? So structural employment is basically, unemployment is where people remain unemployed because they do not match with a specific type of job, right? You have the skill, you can become CA, right? You can become accountants and all that, finance, HR and all that, but you cannot become engineer or doctor, right? So where people remain unemployed, why you are unemployment? Because right now the vacancy are for engineers and not for chartered accountants or the HR and all that. Okay, so that's why you are unemployed. That is structural unemployment. Here, so I'll quickly write it down. You will write types of, your heading will be types of unemployment under employment, under full employment. Okay, types of unemployment under full employment. So first is frictional and second one is structure. Quickly write it.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, Hiba, you are also done.
Yes, ma'am, done.
So sorry. Mariam, you are also done. Hiba, after this class you have any other class?
Ma'am, I have to go somewhere to Delhi.
Okay, okay. I just want 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, because only one. Just a minute. Okay. Okay. So you people can take screenshot. I'm just explaining it. Okay. Later on, you can write. Now, basically, if what we discussed earlier, we discussed that, ma'am, what are the types of unemployment, underemployment, right? That was frictional and structure, right? But if I talk to you about types of unemployment, right, in general, so there are two types of, one is involuntary and other one is voluntary, right? So, ma'am, what is involuntary unemployment? So, what you will be putting over here, it is types of unemployment, right? Wait a minute. It is types of unemployment. So first one is involuntary unemployment. So involuntary unemployment refers to a situation when people are ready to work at the prevailing wage rate in the market but do not find a job. So for example, people are willing to work, right? But still they are not getting the job, right? So that is basically an involuntary unemployment. But the second one is voluntary unemployment. So that is refers to a situation when a person is not willing to work at existing wage rate. So I am offering you the job that, okay, I will be giving you 10 rupees per month, but you are like, no ma'am, I don't want to work, right? So here people are not willing to work at the existing wage rate. Clear? Both the things clear? So take the screenshot for this types of unemployment first. Let me know once done. I'll scroll down.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, Mariam, you are also done. Now, the second one is this voluntary unemployment. And now, over here, just see. Now, the question is you have two types of unemployment, right? So, if I'm calculating the unemployment status of a country, so which type of unemployment I will be considering, voluntary or the involuntary? So, the question is this: which type of unemployment is counted while calculating size of unemployment? So, we take only voluntary unemployment. We don't take involuntary one. Clear? So take the screenshot for this and make your notes, okay? Because why I don't prefer no screenshot, because they remain